Hello and welcome again to InfoHub Extended. A country's infrastructure is vital to its development. Infrastructure means connectivity like roads, shipping ports and telecommunications, which are basic to economic development and growth. Since coming into office, the administration has embarked on several projects to upgrade the country's infrastructure. Two such ventures are the Kitty Roundabout and East Bank Berbice Road project. We first take a look at the ongoing construction of the Kitty Roundabout.
Roundabouts. Approaching a roundabout. When you approach a roundabout, you must use your indicator if you intend to turn left or right or make a U-turn at the roundabout. You must give other road users sufficient notice of your intent to turn. Entering a roundabout. When entering a roundabout, you must slow or stop to give way to any vehicle already in the roundabout. You must also continue to use your indicators if you intend to turn left or right or make a U-turn. Turning left. When turning left, you must indicate left on approach and be travelling in the left-hand lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Stay in the left lane and exit in the left lane. Turning right. When turning right, you must indicate right on approach and be travelling in the right-hand lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Making a U-turn. When using a roundabout to make a U-turn, you must approach in the right lane and signal right. Changing lanes in a roundabout. Drivers may change lanes in a roundabout if they wish. The usual road rules for changing lanes apply. You must use your indicator and give way to any vehicle in the lane you are entering. Going straight ahead. You don't need to signal when approaching the roundabout if you are going straight ahead. You may approach the roundabout from either the left or right lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Exiting a roundabout. As when you exit a road, you must signal left when leaving a roundabout, if it is practical to do so, and you should stop indicating as soon as you have exited the roundabout. However, when you are travelling straight ahead on a small single-lane roundabout, it may be impractical to indicate when exiting.
The intersection of Lasinjan Road and Carifesta Avenue is where Guyana's first major roundabout will be located when it is completed in another month's time. The famous Georgetown seawall frames the roundabout to the north, and the new traffic management system will sit nestled between the Kitty Pump Station and the 1823 monument.
The $78.9 million project is almost halfway and is aimed at enabling drivers to travel to their desired destinations with ease. In March of this year, during an on-site visit by InfoHub, senior engineer of the project, Sherrod Parkinson, explained that the work, which began at the end of February this year, is expected to last for approximately 3 months.
The contractor is actually pushing, hoping to get it completed within that period of time, before the 3 months. So as long as we have fair weather and all variables being equal, we'll be able to complete it in the 3-month period. Now, the scope of the works generally entail the construction of the roundabout. There are 3 major sections that we are working on right now, which is the filter lane from Lasinjan Road to Carifesta. We're also working on this portion of the roundabout and the filter lane from Carifesta onto the seawall. And they'll also commence work from the filter lane between Kitty Public Road and Lasinjan Road shortly. So the plan is to work on all of these exterior lanes and the exterior of the general roundabout without interrupting the flow of traffic as it is.
Earlier in the year, the contract was awarded to S. Jagmohan Hardware Supplies and Construction Services. However, preliminary works had commenced since last year following the development of a sinkhole at the junction.
The plan is to construct all of the exterior lanes, then the center of the intersection with minimum disruption to traffic. Parkinson explained that the design of the roundabout is very basic and similar to others found around the world. He explained that in addition to improving traffic flow, it will allow large vehicles to traverse in and out of the roundabout with ease.
The designs that we have to date, there will be only 2 traffic signals, which will be controlling the traffic flowing in from the 2 major lanes, which will be Irving Street and Kitty Public Road. Those are the only 2 that can be more or less monitored or controlled by traffic signal. All the rest will be allowed to flow in and out of the roundabout as roundabouts will allow traffic to flow.
The project has advanced to another phase which requires the closure of sections of the roadway to facilitate works. Among the works in progress are the construction of the circulatory lanes, a truck apron and central island. Senior engineer Sherrod Parkinson said these works are pivotal.
These included installation of bigger pipes to distribute a larger volume of water to the Kitty pump station, from a 44-inch diameter pipe to a 60-inch, and the clearing of the main drains in the Kitty, the Bryanville, and National Park vicinity to facilitate with the smooth flow of drainage. During this period, design engineer at the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Bageshwar Murli, briefed InfoHub on the works.
What we found is that the sump of the Kitty pump was not adequate for the pump, and the complaint was that the pump would have to only be on for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then they would have to shut it off and await the water to fill up in the sump. So the intention was to increase the size of the culvert or the pipe bringing the water from the western side that the basin would be with GDF, GT&T, National Park and those areas, and bring that water to the sump.
Once completed, the roundabout will transform road usage around this busy intersection. It will reduce waiting and stoppage time, and the flow of traffic in the area is expected to significantly improve, enabling drivers to reach their destinations effortlessly and reduce the number of vehicles traveling on the east coast of Demerara, Carifesta Avenue, or in the vicinity of Kitty.
We know that in the mornings and in the afternoon, there's a buildup of traffic coming in from the east coast through Kitty Public Road, and then in the afternoon there's a buildup of traffic on Carifesta Avenue coming from the Marian School and down Carifesta Avenue. So what we intend, or what the intention is that we have a more free flow of traffic without the restriction of the traffic lights stopping traffic for a long period of time. So with the construction of the roundabout, traffic, especially the traffic coming from the Carifesta Avenue, will be able to come in and out of the roundabout more or less unimpeded. Right? The traffic coming from the Kitty Public Road will have a freer flow, but will also be regulated by the traffic light, and same thing for the traffic coming from Irving Street.
During the last phase of the project, construction will commence on the center of the intersection. During this period, traffic will be diverted into the lanes that would have been completed. Parkinson stressed that the aim is to have the flow of vehicles run simultaneously with the work so that drivers will not be greatly discomforted.
Meanwhile, traveling will soon be stress-free for residents on the east bank of Berbice as the $1.2 billion road rehabilitation project proceeds.
Residents between Overwinning and Everton and even farther will soon benefit from a road upgrade. The project, which began in August last year, had encountered difficulty due to the required removal of utilities. Nevertheless, it is now back on stream and works are ongoing in the Everton area, which has less encumbrances. Resident engineer Joel Tucker explained what is being done.
As it relates to the work we see happening right now, from Everton to the Edinburgh Bridge, we're placing the first layer of our base course and also doing some widening work. In this area, we've had a very good space in terms of the corridor that's available to us simply because there are not many utilities in the way. So we're actually proceeding with the widening, which involves full reconstruction. And then we'll add on our base course. And we should be on target to do the asphalt layer, the paving, sometime early in February. And this would be roughly about 1.3 kilometers of work of the 5 km.
When exactly did works commence?
Well, we began officially when we received our first consignment of white sand for the project, which was on December 4th. There we proceeded with a lot of excavation works in the Glasgow areas you would have passed on your way in. And we commenced with the widening immediately. That was when we actually officially started work. A lot of preparatory work was done before in terms of setting up office, setting up procurement and these kind of things.
On completion, new features aimed at bolstering road safety will be outfitted along the 5 kilometers of roadway.
We have the installation of highway lighting coming from Stanleytown, New Amsterdam, right the way through to Everton. We'll have the installation of guardrails. We'll have improvement in terms of traffic signage and also the horizontal road signage as well. This project also has a component which deals with rehabilitation of structures. There are 4 structures that will be rehabilitated, some that will be completely reconstructed along the East Bank Berbice Road project. The first begins at the Gay Park area, the bridge at Gay Park. We have the Edinburgh Bridge, and between Edinburgh and Gay Park there's one culvert that will be reconstructed. And right at the very corner where everyone knows is Baptiste Turn, we'll be adding on a culvert there as well.
Backtracking a little, you mentioned some of the new features that the road will have when completed, like the highway lighting, road safety features, and even culverts will be rehabilitated and constructed. How did you find the road situation prior to the road works?
Well, early 2017, the road would have been in what you would call a deplorable condition. It was that so bad that in the second quarter of 2017, the ministry deployed a maintenance team to bring the road to what we would call a tolerable state, to bring relief to the citizens and the residents here in East Bank Berbice. There were a series of craters and potholes, and in terms of the road improvement aspect, literally non-existent. There were hardly any signs in the school zones. There was no such thing as a pedestrian crossing and that kind of scenario. However, you found that what we've done so far has been received with been received well by the residents. We've always tried to maintain the road. We have a grader on site at all times to keep the road surface relatively smooth with the material that is present, so that residents won't have to go through I would call the suffering that they endured earlier on in 2017. It's where we're at right now in terms of construction, and where we hope to be at the end is to have a widened roadway, because the existing roadway before was 20 feet wide. Now we'll be doing a 24-foot wide carriageway.
Some residents are anticipating that the road upgrades will bring much needed relief.
Well, I think that people should actually glad that the road is actually making, because it's quite, I don't think this road ever seen such a construction like what's going on right now. So it's a very good thing. And, to carry on the business, it's very good.
We just moved in the area, and it seems really nice and peaceful. The only problem we thought when we first came to see the house was the roads, because it was really bad. But when we heard that it was going to be, the roads were going to be fixed and resurfaced, that encouraged us to sort of go ahead and make the purchase on this house. So we're really pleased.
Thanks for watching.
This brings us to the end of another edition of InfoHub Extended. Thanks for watching. Please join us again next week at the same time. Goodbye.